Hello, I'm Kathy Snyder,
And I'm Marilyn Smith.
And I'm Lucy Crawford.
and we're representing the Garden Club of St. Augustine in a project for pollinators. And this year, our subject is the dragonfly. And Lucy's going to show you a dragonfly right now.
This one is a girl, and she is, what is she called?
Well, we'll use our folder.
Yeah.
Boys
Look
and
her up
girls,
again.
you're going to get this
You're
folder.
going to get this folder so you can identify all the dragonflies in Florida.
She is,
And Lucy found it yesterday.
she's a
using the
swift
folder.
setwing,
Swift setwing.
and she is a girl, and I identified her as a girl because the male has one end of the tail, and then the female has two split ends on her tail.
So you'll be able to do the same thing. You'll take this brochure that you're going to get with your kit, and you'll be able to go out to ponds and even in your front yard. Dragonflies like to get on something tall and pointy because they have compound eyes and they can see everything, and they're looking for something to eat. They're either looking for something to eat or something to mate with. That is what they think about all the time. And the good thing is that they eat things that we want to see gone. They eat wasps, they eat hornets, and they eat mosquitoes especially. And they also tell you something about the environment you live in. They are what they call bioindicators because they tell us where good water is. They only lay their eggs on good water,
Clean water.
clean water.
Mhm.
So that, you know, if you have clean water in your area, you'll probably have lots of dragonflies. And it's not going to be hard to find them. And then you can use the brochure to identify them. Also, we've had a book written especially for you on dragonflies, and it tells you lots of fun facts and information about dragonflies. You'll get one of these books and one of these brochures, and then you'll get what Miss Marilyn has. Why don't you show them the...
You will get a folder filled with fun activities that you can do. And there's a coloring sheet, a wonderful coloring sheet of a great big dragonfly, like the one Lucy is showing. What a size difference, right?
Yes.
And word search and puzzles, and you can make a pond watch, right? You can do this pond watch. 5 things that you could do to help pollinators, which we're all very concerned about in our environment right now, helping them. And if you don't happen to live near a pond, we've supplied this wonderful map for you of all the parks in Florida, and you could go there and look for dragonflies. And in the back there's a list of books. So this is where you could go to your local library and find all the books for children and also for your whole family, for grown-ups too. So do visit your library and be sure and pick up your folder and your book.
And tune in to this video, which will be on the date of it will be on the front of your book, so you can look at it, and you can look at it on your own time because it will be on the website for about 3 weeks. And so enjoy it. And next summer, our next pollinator is going to be the hummingbird. So we look forward to seeing you next summer.
Wait.
We won't have a hummingbird in our hand, unfortunately.
But we will have a nest
Yes.
and some eggs.
Lucy, do you have anything to add about dragonflies?
Yes, there is a funny fact about them. When they hatch, they are like these little fish-like creatures, and they have gills so they can breathe inside of their bottom, and so when they breathe, then it comes out of their bottom.
A fun fact?
Yes, and many more fun facts in your brochure as well as in the book. So enjoy it. We'll see you next summer, and we hope you have a wonderful summer this year looking for those dragonflies. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
He's allowing me to touch it. This one's like a baby.
But see how he's on that little pointy thing? That's where they look for.
Hello, my name is Marta Magellan, and I'm the author of Dragonflies, Water Angels, and Brilliant Bioindicators. Dragonflies, Water Angels, and Brilliant Bioindicators by Marta Magellan, illustrated by Marta Magellan. In loving memory of Sammy Jo Schnall. Giants of the past. Long before dinosaurs roamed the earth, a huge insect zoomed over tropical forests. It looked like a giant version of dragonflies today, except it had teeth. It clacked its huge wings and gobbled up loads of bugs and even frogs. Sometimes called griffinfly, it lived 100 million years before the dinosaurs took their first step. Scientists who study ancient animals believe it was the largest insect of all time. Its wingspan was about the same as that of a hawk or eagle. Imagine one of those landing on your head. But you won't see any today. They became extinct with the arrival of flying reptiles. Dragonflies now. Well, today, dragonflies are not a bit scary. We like to think of them as water angels. Why? Let's follow two around and see. Don't worry about getting too close. Unlike wasps and spiders, dragonflies won't attack or sting you. Best of all, they don't carry disease like mosquitoes. In spite of that fierce name, they're more like angels than dragons. But what do they have to do with water? What dragonflies reveal. Fresh water is not as easy to come by as we think. We see it come out of our faucets as if it were free, and we take it for granted. Fresh water is precious. It's a good sign to see a dragonfly. It means that nearby there are healthy rivers, lakes, ponds, or marshes. If you see a waterway with no dragonflies ever, it would be a bad sign. It would mean the water is polluted, and their eggs probably would not hatch. By being there, dragonflies reveal the good quality of the water. Scientists call them bioindicators. What does that mean? What is a bioindicator? Nobody really names wild insects, but let's call the dragonfly Annie because its scientific name is Anoseptera. Annie's cousin is the damselfly, Zygoptera. We'll call her Zygie. Imagine, as we're following Annie around, we get lost and end up in a polluted waterway. Annie won't be there. Dragonflies don't hang out near water filled with toxins, chemicals that cause living things to get sick or die. That's what makes her such a good warning insect, a bioindicator. Any animal can warn us about the cleanliness of their surroundings, but Annie is particularly good at it. Wherever dragonflies linger, we know the water is healthy for living things. Ladies of the water. Finally, Annie finds a sparkling lake. She zigs and zags back and forth, up and down, across and around. She is searching for just the right spot to lay her eggs. Wherever she chooses to breed, it will always be either on, under, or at the water's edge. She might stop at a floating log or at some moss or mud along the shore. Or she might find clumps of plants floating in shallow water. The most important thing is the purity of the water around the nest. After much searching, she will land to deposit her eggs. The eggs hatch and live underwater until it is time to change into a dragonfly. The incredible transformation from egg to dragonfly is called metamorphosis. Immature dragonflies. If Annie found good, clean water, the eggs hatch in a few weeks, or in some species, a few months. Then a little fish-like creature will shed its outer skin almost right away. Once the skin cracks, a 6-legged nymph comes out. Underwater, the nymph breathes through gills. And this is unusual. Its gills are inside its butt. That's no joke. The nymph breathes by inhaling water into its butt and squeezing it back out again. Adults would say it was being immature, but in this case it's true. It's not an adult yet. But that's not all the nymph does. That's kind of funny. Speedy nymphs. By squeezing water out of its butt, the dragonfly nymph can propel itself in the opposite direction, rocketing forward like a jet ski. It is speedy enough to chase minnows and tadpoles for breakfast. It feeds on immature mosquitoes' larvae too. Yay! The nymph will live 1 to 4 years underwater. Its skin will molt about 12 times. Finally, the skin dries out and the old nymph shell will split open so that an adult dragonfly can emerge. Lords and ladies of the air. Following Annie around isn't easy. Dragonflies are remarkable flyers. Some species travel thousands of miles, even over oceans, perfectly at home over large bodies of water. They take to the air vertically and hover like a helicopter for minutes at a time. Not only can they fly forward, but they can go backwards too, and they are capable of making surprising zigzag twists and turns through the reeds. What gives them this amazing ability? The dragonfly's front and back wings are not connected to each other and can beat separately. They can chase a lot of mosquitoes with those wings. They have perfect hunting eyes. If we pick up a magnifying glass and look at Annie's eyes, we'll see compound eyes with thousands of parts. Eyes like these help both Annie and Zygie have great eyesight. They can detect insects, their prey, to the left and right, above and below them. Zygie's eyes are wide apart, while Annie's touch each other. Annie and Zygie are perfect hunting machines. If you watch Annie closely, you'll see that with only a tiny turn of her head, she can even see what's behind her. She will perch and wait until she sees a small insect flying overhead. Then she darts toward the prey and captures it from underneath. Handy hunting legs. When we think of legs, we usually think of walking. But neither Annie nor Zygie can walk like other animals. Instead, their legs are made to catch flying insects while dashing through the air. Their legs point forward so they can grab their prey on the fly. Both Annie and Zygie make a kind of basket with their legs and scoop their prey with them. If the prey is too big, they will perch somewhere to eat it. But Annie can easily eat her basket of mosquitoes in mid-flight, and that's what we call fast food. How they got their name. Why call them dragonflies when they look nothing like dragons? Strangely enough, both Native American and European folk stories claim they were once dragons. Actually, people have called them all kinds of names. Old Floridians called them mosquito hawks because they ate so many of those pesky critters. Dragonflies were often called water witches, devil's horse, or devil's needle. Luckily, the name dragonfly stuck. It's an awesome name for an awesome insect. Angels or devils. In Europe, there is a myth that dragonflies will poke out people's eyes or sew up their mouths. Old Swedish folktales claim that when a dragonfly hovers around you, it is weighing your soul for the devil. Unlike those creepy myths, the medicine men and women of the Pueblo tribes in the southwestern United States thought better of dragonflies. They believed the dragonfly spirit healed people. And when dragonflies appeared near water, the Navajos believed the water was pure enough to drink. How true. Although some people nicknamed them water witches, we know they're more like water angels. We need them to survive and be bioindicators. They will keep us informed about the quality of our Earth's scarce and precious fresh water. The end, except for the back matter. Precious water. We think of it as if it's unlimited. We waste it, and we even pay too much to drink it from little plastic bottles. The Earth has more ocean than land, but most of it, around 97%, is salt water. Only about 1/2 to 1% of all fresh water is accessible in rivers, lakes, and streams. So water needs to be conserved. What can you do at home? Well, turn off the faucet while you're brushing your teeth or washing your face. Or tightly turn the faucet off so that there are no drips. Drips can waste a lot of water over time. Shower instead of bathe. When you are old enough, switch from baths to quick showers. They use less water than filling up a tub. In places where it rains enough, tell your parents about collecting rainwater in barrels to water plants and grass. Avoid bottled water. Companies take water from springs or even from faucets like yours and pour them into plastic bottles. That water costs a lot of money, and the plastic is a disaster for the oceans. Choose native plants. By planting trees and plants for your yard that do not need excessive watering, you will be supporting native wildlife and conserving water too. A double win. Thank you for listening to Dragonflies, Water Angels, and Brilliant Bioindicators.